everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy, and on this channel we do DIYs with signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today I wanted to compile a bunch of my past Dollar Tree fall DIYs. I know that I have a lot of Dollar Tree lovers on this channel, so I wanted to compile all of my favorites. It's not all of them, because there's still more that aren't in this video, but there are a lot in here. So I hope you enjoy it. And I wanted to take a moment and thank June's Journey for sponsoring a portion of today's video. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into this fall Dollar Tree video.
So this one, we are going to use one of these like garden stake things. And I don't even take it apart. The only thing I do to the actual like sign is sand all of the glitter off of the friends part. Other than that, this sign shockingly does not have any more glitter. So after I'm done doing that, I am going to keep everything, like I said, attached to the stake. I'm going to take 3 different scrapbooking papers, and I am going to just turn this around, lay it flat on our scrapbooking paper, and then trace around it. So you don't even have to take these off. Now, if you don't have this, you could also use like the wood arrows from Dollar Tree as well. Now, I was inspired. I saw on Pinterest, I think it's called Desert Divas Crafts. They made one, and it just totally inspired me. Theirs is way better though. If they do have a YouTube channel, I'll link it down below for you guys. So I'm going to cut 3 of my scrapbook papers out to fit our sign. Then I'm going to grab our jumbo glue stick once again, and I'm going to coat this heavily with the glue stick. So I can't stress it enough. Make sure you get that glue on the edges so it's not raised up. You could also use Mod Podge, hot glue. There's tons of ways you could attach this paper, but this is so easy. So next I'm taking my silicone mat and this latte cocoa thing cut out, putting some hot glue in there so that we could fill our hole. Then I'm taking Apothecary. Oh my goodness, if I thought Farm Fresh was beautiful, Apothecary is gorgeous. Again, I will leave the links for Bree's website down in the description box if you want to check those out. So now for the top, I'm grabbing beadboard. I'm going to paint that on, and then I'm going to kind of feather over the lines so that we don't have this harsh line up top. Then I take Antique Wax by Waverly. I'm going to hit that on top of our, what is that, our whipped cream or whatever that is. And then I take my finger and I kind of just fan it through the brush so that it looks like cinnamon sprinkles all over our whipped topping here. All right, so now that we're done with those little, oh, no. We got one more accessory. We got our little pumpkin. So this is the MDF pumpkin that has like the black and white checkers on the back. I am using Cake Batter by DIY. I give it 2 coats. Then I take my Antique Wax by Waverly again, and I'm using it to outline the pumpkin. I like doing this because I feel like it gives it definition, and it kind of says like, hey, I'm a pumpkin, I'm not an apple. You know what I'm saying? Then I rub it down with a paper towel, and then you guys, do you know what's coming next? Shocker! It is twine around the stem of the pumpkin. So while I finish that, let's hop on the app June's Journey. Now, June's Journey is a hidden object mystery game set in the 1920s. Each scene takes you further through a murdery mystery story that is led by the protagonist, June. And June is trying to find out who murdered her sister. So you are going along trying to find clues to help her out. Now, this is an absolutely free app that you can download on iOS, on Android. You can even get this on a desktop through Amazon or Facebook. It has become one of my favorite games. So you guys, go download June's Journey, located in the description box of this video. You will not be disappointed. I absolutely have been loving playing this game. I play it on mom breaks when I'm feeding Montgomery. I play them when I just need to step away from crafting and clear my head. And I really love the colorful scenes and how the scenes completely change with every step of June's journey. And I love that it has a unique storyline. So you're not just finding hidden objects. You're really
like going through the storyline with June, which I absolutely enjoy. So go download it. You will not be disappointed. Link is in the description box. Let's get back into the video.
So now I'm going to glue the pumpkin to the bottom corner. Then I'm going to take our little apple cider, attach that to the side. I like the little pop of like the green, you know. Now, I knew I needed something else. I got these straw hats from my girlfriend Lisa, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect. So I just applied some antique wax to it. I found a little sunflower, hot glued that to the hat, and then I'm going to attach that to the top of our sign here. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so now I take vinyl. Now you guys, again, I love using the Cricut because you can personalize things. So it's like if you go to Hobby Lobby and you see one of these signs and you're like, not digging what it says, I like the fact that you can really personalize these to your home, your style, your family, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply our vinyl to our little garden stakes here. That one says apple cider. We got a welcome to our patch that I got from the design studio. Now I'm taking this raffia and I'm seriously just bundling up. That's all I did. And then I'm wrapping it around the bottom. I'm going to glue one to the top, one to the middle, one to the bottom, and that is it. I got this $2.99 thrifted basket, put some grocery bags in there with Spanish moss, and look how adorable this is. And again, you can customize this to look however you want. This could be cute to do it for Christmas instead. Like, so stinking cute, you guys. All right. All right, you guys, excited to show you this first DIY. It's a little bit of a process, but let me tell you, it's worth it. So I have this sign from the Dollar Tree. I actually took my sander outside just to see like how it would do with sanding the glitter off. Let me tell you, that stuff was stuck on there, even with an orbital sander. I was there for a good while trying to get that glitter off of it. So if you didn't want to do that, well, no, you have to, because we're doing this reversible. So never mind. So right here, after I sanded all that glitter off, I'm taking rich black chalk paint from Folk Art, my new favorite. You guys see me use it pretty often, especially on my wood signs. It's super jet black. You only need one coat of it and you cannot see anything under it. So I'm going to finish that up, and then we're going to take mineral chalk paint by Waverly, and I am also going to take just my little cheapy brush from Dollar Tree that I always use, and we're just trying to define, you know, the pumpkin so you know it's a pumpkin. So we're doing the insides, shadowing the outsides, and then just connecting those together to make them blend in. And then I do paint the little stump of that, the mineral chalk paint as well. Okay, so let's flip her around. All right, now we're going in with this side. I am taking this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. You have probably seen this scrapbook paper on like everyone and their mom's YouTube channel, because it's like the only fall scrapbook paper that is cute. I swear I cannot find any fall scrapbook paper right now. Now I'm taking the adhesive glue. This is from Dollar Tree. I mean, get it wet, but don't douse it. I learned my lesson from the calendar DIYs. And now I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and we're just cutting all of that excess scrapbook paper off. Now I did this while it was wet, so it did kind of like tear at the paper, but that's totally fine with me because it looks distressed anyways. But if you did not want it to tear, then just wait for it to dry and then go in with your X-Acto knife and clean it up. Now I am taking a sanding block. This is from Dollar Tree. It is like the roughest one they have, and I am going downwards with this to just get that excess paper off, and it kind of rips at it because again it is wet, but like I said, I don't mind. The scrapbook paper looks distressed anyway, so psh. All right, so I have two of these crates. These are from Dollar Tree. Keep in mind, some of these have like the openings in the slats, and then there's this one. I am staining this with Early American. I considered doing the like antique wax by Waverly because I know a lot of people use that, but it takes way too long, and using stain is twice, 3 times as fast. If you don't have stain, you could also use like a brown acrylic paint, mix it with a little bit of water and brush it on your wood. I will link my video on doing that up above for y'all, but it's a super easy process if you don't have stain and you don't have the antique wax. Next, I am taking decals. Well, I'm not even using them yet. I guess I'm just figuring out where I want them. And then I'm going to use a white acrylic paint, this Craft Smart like orange chalk paints, and then I don't show it, but I do the top one in Hazelnut by Waverly as well. Now you guys, I tried to do like rub-on transfers and stuff, but just nothing looked right from Dollar Tree, the like rub-on letters, so I didn't end up going with that, and that's why I made my own decals. So I did pumpkin cider. I'm gonna do hayride in the middle in orange, just to kind of like break it up and give it a different look. And remember, I don't know, I like mixing up fonts when they're next to each other. I just think it's like more visually appealing, and it kind of makes you want to read like the next line. Does that make sense? I don't know, whatever. All right, and then I put fresh pumpkin donuts because whenever we go to the pumpkin patch near us, they have fresh pumpkin donuts, and they're so good. Oh my gosh. All right, so taking that decal off. Don't know off the top of my head what fonts these are. Okay, so we're using a second crate. Use the same stain, but instead I am going to do black, white, and orange for the paint on here. And as you saw in the picture, you guys, this is reversible, so I'm so excited to show you this. Not the crate itself. The crate, you definitely need 2 of them, okay? And it doesn't have to be this one. It could be the other version too. So again, I made my own stencils for this. Black Cats, Witch's Brew, and Potions. And I mixed up the vinyl color here. I thought this was fun. Okay. So after we're done with that, now we have our little crates, and they look super cute. They would be cute by themselves, just like that. All right. Don't mind me, I didn't record this bow, but I did record the Halloween version. So, and I have a DIY video for this bow, so it'll be there. Okay, so I'm taking Dollar Tree ribbon, and I want to say this is about 9 inches wide. Long. All I did was measure across my pumpkin to see how long I wanted this. And I'm just getting my strips of ribbon, and then I'm going to cut them straight down the middle because we want a lot of strips. The more strips you have, the fuller the bow will be. And then I'm taking like this sheer polka dot one. Y'all, I don't know where I got this. It's been in my craft stash forever. And now for this bow, you just crisscross all of your strands. You could play around with where you want them. And it is seriously the easiest bow. And I think it's one of the prettiest because it's full. It has so much dimension with whatever, ribbon you use. And then, as you guys know, my zip tie. And then I put the little knot of the zip tie in the back of there. And then we will cut that off, fan that out. And then I'm going to cut little dovetails on just the striped ribbon. It was the boldest ribbon on there, so I just wanted to, add a little extra, And then we cut the zip tie down, and then I'm going to cover it with the sparkly ribbon from the Dollar Tree. If you guys haven't gotten the Dollar Tree ribbon, you need to go. It is so good this year. Okay, so magnets from the Dollar Tree. You're going to attach one to the sign and one to your bow. Or you could just connect them both together and you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Okay, mumbling here. So I connected one to the bow, one to the sign. There we go. Magnetize. Woo! Okay, now we're doing the same thing for our fall bow, but you are not going to put a magnet on the fall side, okay? So see how that magnetizes? Now we turn it around, and since that magnet is on the other side, it's strong enough to adhere that bow. So then I just add a clip underneath the bow, the Halloween bow. And then on this side, I add a clothespin because it's a little bit more rustic looking. You could get these at Dollar Tree. The other ones I got on Amazon. And after that is set and dry, we are going to attach our boxes, okay? So I glue 2 of these. Now, the magnets are stuck together. So there's 2 on there that I glued, okay? That way it's easier for me to just attach it to the actual pumpkin. Now this pumpkin has a natural like sitting position, so make sure you find that so it's not all lopsided. And here I go, I hot glue it. Remember, there's 2 magnets on there. So when I pull this apart, there will be magnets still on the board and there will be magnets on my crate. Okay, so that's dry. Now I go in with heavy duty magnets, you guys. And I did this, you could still use the Dollar Tree one. I just wanted extra support. And here we go. I hot glue those to the crate, but not to the actual sign itself. And that's because there's magnets on the opposite side for us. Okay, so here we go. See how it changes? Look, magnetize, magnetize. So cute.
All right, here's our first Pinterest inspired DIY. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And y'all, all of the original Pinterest links will be in the description box for you guys to check out. So we're gonna start off with this charger plate. I had used this in a previous Easter DIY and I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna rip the bunny right off of here and we're going to reuse this. So again, this is just a Dollar Tree charger plate that I got. I think it was originally like a bronze color. And I'm gonna take, I took white chalk paint and because I thought I painted it white. Well, I was wrong. I painted it plaster. So anywho, I am going to try and cover up that the hole in the plate, but I couldn't. So I just take the antique wax and I go over the entire plate with this once again. Then I'm going to grab a silver like galvanized pail from Dollar General. I did spray it with clear matte spray paint so that the paint actually adheres to it. Now you could see the plaster compared to the white. Yeah. Definitely it was plaster. So I had to go in with the plaster paint. I'm going to do 2 coats of the plaster on here. I don't know why I'm going so slow, you guys. My apologies. Here we go. And then as it dries, do you see like the texture? I'm kind of rubbing the brush back over it as it's starting to dry. That way I get some like texture on the pail. So now I'm taking my dominoes from Dollar Tree and I am going to glue these together. I'm using my Star Bond thick adhesive. I will leave the link for these products down in the description box for you as well as a discount code. All right, so I stack it, you guys, I'm a mess already. Stack it 4 high, put my plate on, realize too tall. So I break those off and realize it just needs 3 dominoes. I'm using this because it's sunken in on the bottom and I want the plate to have something to adhere to. So then taking my mini plaid chip brush, this is seriously the cutest chip brush ever. I am going to distress our pail. Now we're gonna attach it to our plate. So I'm just gonna take a ruler, it's about 5 inches all around. I'm gonna mark it with my pencil. We're going to use that Star Bond thick adhesive. I'm going to spray some of the accelerator. That just helps it like dry instantly. Now I'm taking a garden basket and spray painted it orange. So I'm taking these wood slices. These are from Arteza. I'll try leaving a link down in the description box for you. I'm going to turn it on around, put a little bit more on the inside. So as you can see, I'm making this my own, inspired by, and I'm going to make this pumpkins. And then we are going to flip it back around. We're going to add a stump. I got these from Dollar Stump or Stem, and you can also use sticks from outside as well, or you could use whatever you want. Now I'm taking green raffia. This is also like the new packaged one from Dollar Tree, and I am just pulling these apart so I get a thinner piece of raffia instead of the thicker pieces. I just think it looks a little bit more like
I don't know, rustic, whimsical. I don't know. I like them thin, my preference. So now I'm just wrapping them up, making sure to leave tails on the outsides. I'm just taking another piece of the raffia, tying a knot in the middle, and then I'm just kind of fluffing it out. Just fluff it, fluff, 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 fluff. All right, now I'm taking these. This was like actually a huge garland I had, and I just started cutting pieces off of it. I have no idea where I got it. But as you can see, I attached it with some hot glue just so I make sure it doesn't move, because I don't know, I kind of want to keep this. I don't think I'm going to sell this one. So we're going to add this, adhere it with some hot glue. Then I'm going to attach this, and you guys, we are done, and we have the cutest, look at this. Look at how cute this turned out. Please let me know how you like it. I love taking the inspiration and making it fall. Would love to hear your thoughts on this down in the comments. So of course, Kirkland's has like trucks and trucks. This one is like way bigger than ours, but I knew exactly what I was going to use, and it's one of the new items. So ta-da, hopefully we could all find this truck. So this is the bigger one. There's 2 red trucks that came out this fall season. This is the bigger of the 2. Then I'm taking this metal sheet. They come in a 2-pack at Dollar Tree in the cookware section. And I am just trying my best to map this out. I cut a small square and I keep like lifting it up, seeing if I'm, tracing in the right direction. If somebody knows an easier way to do this, please let me know down in comments. And you'll see, I just keep lifting up and I'm like, okay, the fender's right here. And then I put it back down, and I actually got it pretty good. It looks kind of like a mustache, but we're going to cut that down to size. Now the Kirkland's one was more of like a matte, like silver or galvanized metal. And this one is super bright. We will take care of that later. So I'm going to glue this down once I get it sized, and then I'm going to repeat that for the right side eventually too. But after we do this, I'm going to grab some of the truffle from Waverly, and see everywhere that cream color is, like the highlights of the truck. I am going to paint over that with some truffle. I thought this made the truck look a little bit more vintage. I thought it helped with the shading. You'll see as I come over here to the right how much more depth it gives the truck. See that? Like all of the like shadowing and stuff. So anyways, that was just my preference, my little added thing to the truck. And I do that for the rest of the truck. I do add the other fender on the right side as well. And then I'm going to take pumpkin and I'm going to take the truffle color. I'm going to mix them together. I did not like this bright silver color. So you could even paint this like mineral if you just want the matte color. I wanted a rusty look to it, and I thought it kind of went with the pumpkins and everything. So I do that on both sides. And then on the Kirkland's one, it has like hay on there. It has sunflowers. So I took raffia and I just bundled it up, cut it into small pieces, and then I'm just taking bunches of it, gathering it together, and then sticking it on with some hot glue. And then these are the little paper sunflowers that came out last year from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use those little ones to add onto our raffia. And then I will stick a couple up into the pumpkins and the gourds. And this is how it came out. So it still has its hanger on it. You could hang it. I have it displayed with some books, and I actually have it sitting in the leaves, so it looks like it's kind of driving through there. And I love the way this came out, and it was so easy to make. And of course, here is our side by side. So we have our Kirkland's on the left, which is a lot bigger, and then ours on the right. I probably should have added more hay up. All right, for this one, so one of my subscribers sent me these crates. I have not been able to find this, like the slatted version. So we are going to use these. Oh, I didn't put in the picture. I'm sorry, you guys. But I will link it down in the description box. So I did get this inspiration from Pinterest. But all I'm doing is taking my antique wax. We are gonna go ahead and coat these up. I am spritzing water on it. It just helps move the antique wax around so that it goes faster. We are gonna go ahead and let these dry. I'm gonna use my heat gun. Then taking Pumpkin by Waverly, I am just doing a messy brush. I want these to look super rustic and distressed. I do paint the inside of this one only because the way it stands and it's slatted, you could see through it, and it just bothered me that you could see like the natural wood. I don't know. Anyways, that's my preference. And then for this one, we're going to use cake batter. Cake batter dries down to be this beautiful buttery yellow color. I'm obsessed with it. I love how matte these DIY paints are. I cannot wait to try more colors. Okay, anyways, I don't paint the inside of this one because you cannot see it when it is displayed. Then again, taking our stems from Dollar Tree. These usually come out, I want to say, during fall or Christmas. And I am going to adhere those to the tops. One is going to lay vertically, one's going to be horizontally. Again, another raffia bow, but you guys can do these with ribbon or whatever you'd like. This garland is actually from Dollar Tree, and this one does come out during fall. Taking a pencil, curling those up, get them little curly cues going on, and then we will attach the raffia bow. And again, you guys, sorry I didn't link the Pinterest picture, but I will leave the link to the Pinterest post in my description box for you. And look at how cute. And these are just so simple, you guys. Like, I would put these in my booth for probably like $3.95. They were just so simple, and they'd be great add-ons. All right, so this next one that's coming up is super. All right, so this one, you guys, I'm going to use Matte Finish Krylon Clear, and I coat all of my shiny projects in this paint color, okay? Paint color, clear spray. All right, so that is what I did with the Dollar Tree pumpkins. These are the ones that have the sunflowers on them. Now, I have covered them already in cashew chalk paint, and I did this because I knew I needed that image covered up because I couldn't get it off. So we are going to make these concrete, and I am doing half and half. Well, at first I do half and half, and then I'm like, my chalk paint is way too thick, so I just start pouring it in there. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I apologize because this wasn't the best color to demonstrate this on because you can't really see it. So do not fear. I will be doing this more in the future for you guys. But, and this is not a Pinterest inspired. This is Sammy inspired. I just wanted to really add this in here because I was just really excited about them. So you guys, I have found with the concrete paint, the faux concrete, that it applies better with a chip brush. The less baking soda, the less texture you're going to have. So for like this, I went in with a 50-50 ratio. It gives me nice, smooth texture. And then after I'm done with this first coat, I speed up. I hope you could see kind of that texture. I speed up the process. I just dry it with my heat gun. Now I'm going to go in with a second coat. And for this second coat, I am stippling it. So you can see that texture that it's adding. This to me gives the concrete look that I'm looking for. But you can also keep it with your first application and you'll just get like the concrete lines going down the pumpkin. I hope I'm making sense. And then you guys, if this couldn't get any worse, after this, oh gosh, I moved my microphone. After this dried, I did not film me applying the white wax to it. So I will link my video from last week in the description box so you can learn more about the white wax and its application. But I will say that I just dried brushed these on. I did not apply it and then wipe it off. I just dried brushed these on and they came out absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, look at that blue.
DIY, which came out so pretty, and there was some mistakes you'll see. All right, so we got the wooden truck. We have this autumn sign thing. Okay, so you guys, I have seen so many DIYers be able to take this apart. Sorry, I'm putting spackle on the hole so that you don't see it. Right here, I have seen so many DIYers take this truck apart. And I was trying for the life of me to do this. So you see, I got the railing off, but it wasn't pretty. Not pretty at all. Then I try to go for more. Just watch right here. Silence. Oh, dang, I broke it. But don't worry, we're still using it. Okay, so I mixed some of the orange paint with the Waverly Antique wax to make it a little darker. I keep putting my rail back just to see how far down I need to go with our orange color, because I don't want it going down into like the middle of the rail, because that obviously is where we are, that would be like the truck color. So we're gonna go ahead and finish that up. Anytime now would be great. And I wish I would have been able to take the truck part, but you know what? Whatever. So now I'm taking the same paintbrush, it still has orange on it, dipping it in Waverly wax, and then coating our rail with it. I like using the Waverly wax for smaller projects, just not like bigger ones, because it's thick and it takes too long. Okay, so just painted our tires black, and I'm just using a smaller brush for this, nothing fancy. And for my rims, I'm going in and tapping in some mineral using the same brush, and then going in with a little bit of orange because I want it to look rusted. Don't want this to look like a brand new truck. I was inspired by my husband. He definitely would never want like a new truck. He would want it like a rat rod, like looking old and grungy. And so that's what I went with here. So let's fix our front fender. Ooh, that would probably happen in real life. All right. So I am taking elephant chalk paint from Waverly. I'm going to paint the whole truck in that. And then I'm going back with the same brush, dipping it in the orange, and then getting like the fenders, the hood, the door frame, everywhere that would naturally rust on a truck or a car. That is where I'm putting that orange, because I want it to look rusted and old and like it's been out in the farm for 50 years. That's the look I'm going for. I want to tell a story with this. So I think it turned out so good. I was loving it. So like I always say, everything happens for a reason. Maybe I wasn't supposed to get all that stuff off, because then I probably would have went like super ham and extra with it. So now we're attaching our rail back. Come on, come on. And it went on super easy, even though I kind of broke it. But that was no problem at all. Look at how cute he is. This is definitely a he for sure. I know I say she all the time, but this is a he. He's looking good. We'll name him John after my husband. You looking cute, boo. All right, now let's move on to the next project. So you guys have seen me do this a million times. Shipping paper, I trace it out and then I stick it to the back. The only difference I did this time was I tried to use the adhesive glue, but since this, I think I put way too much of the adhesive glue on. And since this shipping paper rolls back on itself, it just made it really hard to like press down. So I had to get the hot glue gun, reattach like all the sides, and it just doesn't look really cute. So if you were to resell or something, just go with how I usually do it, just hot glue on the edges. It looked a lot cleaner. Okay. So turning this around, again, Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper is what we are going to use. I'm just cleaning up the sides here. Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper, 4 for $1, like every other week. So keep an eye out. Using our spray glue once again. You guys, once you put this stuff down, it sticks. Like you're not going to be able to move it, kind of like you can with Mod Podge. So keep that in mind. It is nice though, because with this spray adhesive, you don't have to put a coat of anything on top of it, and it usually goes on pretty flat. So I do like using it a lot. All right, let's glue our truck on there because our sign is done. I love that scrapbook paper. It is so pretty. We're gonna glue him on. He is on there. Then I took, or what do I do next? I forget. I think it's twine. I think we're going in with some more twine. Now, there were natural holes in this sign, and I should have poked them through after I did the back side, because I could not find the holes at all once I covered the front and the back with this paper.
So that is why I'm gluing this on. And now I'm taking the Harvest metal sign. This is from the 3-pack at Dollar Tree, and I just coated it with the terracotta spray paint. It really gave it like an awesome rusted look. That's what I was going for. We're going to glue that on. Now I struggled. I almost wanted to just do a clothespin and make this like a picture hanger, but my husband convinced me that I needed the Harvest. What do you guys think? Would you turn this into a picture hanger, maybe like a pumpkin patch picture on here, or do you like the Harvest? All right, you guys, that's it. I hope you love these DIYs because I certainly did, and they are actually used in my home. I don't always use like everything I make because I don't have the room, but it's nice that I'm already set up for fall. So I was able to put all of this stuff in my home. I love it. Project number 1, you guys, is this adorable sign. So I got these wood rounds. They're 10 inches from Hobby Lobby. They're $4.49, 40% off coupon still. The Dollar Tree ribbon, some Waverly antique wax. This is a decal I got from Cricut Access. You guys, this was my first time playing around with my Cricut, so I have no idea like how I can link this, or if I just tell you what the image was, I don't know. So I'll get back to you on that. So I just got a chippy brush and I'm using the antique wax. Now, usually I would use regular wood stain, but I have to say that the antique wax dries so much faster than stain. And it's probably, it kind of has like a paint texture to it. I don't know, but that's why I chose to use the antique wax stain versus a regular wood stain on this. And then I'm going to get the sides, and I am also going to do the same thing to the back of it. Now I'm getting, it says nuts for fall. Is that not me or what? I order my 12 by 12 sheets of vinyl from MidwestHTV.com. They only sell the 12 by 12s. They always have a discount on their vinyl. And then, yeah, so this mustard yellow, I don't know why, but ever since I got the Arteza Dijon mustard paint, I've been all about it. So I'm just applying this. It adheres super fast. It looks great with that antique wax. Absolutely love it. My husband said it looks like Huts for fall, but whatever. I like it, and I think it's adorable. And now we're going to take our Dollar Tree ribbon. I absolutely love this, and the quality of this ribbon is so amazing. I really hope y'all were able to snag some of this ribbon. So right here, I am cutting this. I believe I measured all the pieces, including the hanger and the pieces for the bow, were 14 inches long. And I'm jotting it down for you guys. This is what I do so I don't forget, and that I could put it like in the description box for y'all. So all I'm going to do is take my hot glue gun, and we are just going to glue this to the back. Now you could drill holes in this and put beads in it. You can use twine as a hanger. You don't have to use the ribbon at all, but I just thought it added a little bit more to the sign. This was actually my first time using one of these rounds. You can also use the Dollar Tree like round signs that come out basically every season. You could use those as well to make this sign. So here I am. You guys have seen me make this bow in my calendar video. I'll link that up above, and I also have a bow tutorial as well. So all I'm doing is putting a light super glue on these to hold them together, and then I'm going to fold them in half to find their center point so we know where to put our zip tie. And if this is your first time watching, I make my bows using zip ties. It is so much easier. So now I'm going to, this is the middle piece. This is about 3 inches, you guys. And I'm making it basically into like a little tube. So as you see, I put my finger through there. You don't want to glue it down. Now I'm taking that zip tie, putting it through my tube on top of my bow, and I'm going to close it off. And it is going to give you the cutest bow ever. This is definitely my favorite bow. You can put more strands on this too if you want it fuller. So like you could have done 3 strips of ribbon to like make this fuller, if you know what I'm saying. But I love this and it fits perfectly. Look at how cute. And at the end, that's when I'll show you, like I dressed it up with some greenery, but you can leave it just like this if you want, or you could add it to a wreath like I did. So super cute. Love the way it came out, and I love that mustard yellow color. Inspiration. We've seen these seriously made a million times on YouTube. Let's put it out there. But I really wanted to make them, and I loved the polka dots. So if you guys saw my recent thrift store haul, I'll put it down in the comments. I found this huge block of wood. It was like decorated 4th of July, and it was $1. I cut it down to size with my saw. I'm going to put 1 coat of pumpkin by Waverly all over this, even on the tops and the bottoms. We are going to let that dry completely. Then one of my sweet subscribers told me that Folk Art actually carries a chalk paint crackle medium. You guys know I love my crackle medium, so I am trying it out here. Oh, it turned out so amazing. So with crackle medium, you don't want to overlap your brush strokes. You want to put it on. The heavier you put it on, the heavier the crackle will be. Now, to get more of a crackle out of it, you will use your heat gun to help dry the crackle medium down, up, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But you all, they do make crackle medium for acrylic paints, and then they make it for chalk paints. So I was so excited to grab this, and I'll put that in my Amazon store link for y'all to snatch up. So now I'm taking, what is this? Cashew by Waverly. And as you can see, I just did 1 brush stroke. I didn't overlap it, and look at that beautiful crackle. So use your heat gun. It speeds up the crackle process for you, adds that detail, and oh, I love this. I want to crackle everything. I swear, once I start using the crackle, I'm like, ooh, let's crackle this. Let's crackle pop. Okay, anyways. So we are going to do that for both of our pumpkins here. I love the way that these turned out, seriously. Okay, so once these are dry, there we go. I'm going to take my drill. Now, you don't have to do this. You can simply just glue these stems to the top. I knew I wanted to put these in my booth for sale, so I just wanted to, you know, have a little added security here. So I'm going to take my Star Bond thick adhesive. I'm going to put that down in my hole, put the screws in there. Now after that, I am taking my Farm Fresh DIY paint that Upcycled by Bree sent me. Now this looks dark, but it actually dries very matte and kind of like this beautiful light green color. And for those of you that were trying to order this last week from my previous video, she will have the colors back in stock this week for you at upcycledbybree.com. I will leave her link down in the description box. So now we are going to take these burlap leaves from Dollar Tree. These are from last year. I don't know if they're out yet, y'all. Again, with this like garland stem I have. Don't know where I got it. You guys, y'all know the stash. Like, you don't know where half of this stuff came from after a while. All right, now I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing the raffia bow, but for this one, instead of tying a knot around it, I just twist up. I just go around and around, you know. There you go. Tie it off. And I'm going to fluff that little bugger up, and we're going to do the same thing for the other pumpkin that we made, and we'll be completely done with this. So look at how adorable these look. Like super chic. I love the crackle effect on these. That little pop of blue, because as you guys know, my colors, you see the pumpkin in the background, the concrete pumpkin. My colors are Farm Fresh, Cake Batter from DIY, and then the pumpkin by Waverly. Love, love, love this. Love this. So these are from Dollar Tree. It's the pumpkin, and then I don't know if that's like a napkin holder, pencil holder, whatever. And you guessed it, Dijon I'm using from Arteza. This is what started all the mustard color. I used it on my last fall DIYs, and I just want to use. So you guys, I stained the back because I didn't want to waste my paint on the front. So I just thought it was a good way to make it look finished, but not have to paint the back. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to wrap the stem with twine. It gets a little hard because it curves. So as you get closer to the top, you're going to have to use more hot glue. You're going to have to take a little bit more time, go a little slower, and get that to stick in the right places. I don't know if there was an easier way to do this because this curved up so much, but it ended up looking good. So that's all. Look at that wood grain in this. Oh, I love it. I love wood grain. I just think it adds so much to a piece. I'm all about it. All about it. All right, so am I going to finish this or what? Jeez. I like how I like speed up probably the important parts and then slow down on the parts where you're like, seriously, do we need to watch all of this? No, I just want to torture you guys. Just kidding. Okay. So let's finish that any day now. That would be great. And then you guys, I did take the little pumpkin piece out and I spray painted it rustic orange by Rust-Oleum. It's like the perfect orange color. And then for this, all I'm doing, putting hot glue on the back of it. And then I'm basically getting the yellow pumpkin and sitting it on top of that little ledge that the orange pumpkin has. Okay. And this, you guys, it doesn't move. Like I said, it doesn't budge. It is a pretty sturdy piece. Now I'm taking another decal, you guys, from Cricut. And I apologize, because obviously I can't sell these because they're Cricut designs. So I can't sell them in my Etsy shop. So I will definitely keep that in mind when making these. But I know majority of you guys do have Cricuts if you do have a machine. So this is available in the Cricut Design Studio. Is that what it's called? Access, or I don't know what it's called, you guys. This was my first time using it. But I will keep that in mind when I am using vinyl to probably just spend a little bit more time designing my own stuff. That way I can make it available to you guys in my Etsy shop that do not have vinyl colors. But remember too, you don't have to have a vinyl cutter. You could do this by hand. You can get stencils from your craft store. You can use rub-on letters from Dollar Tree. I mean, you guys, the cardigan I was wearing in my intro still has the tag on the arm. Just so you guys know. Okay. Oh gosh. So I had to cut those in half so that they would fit. But look at how gorgeous this burgundy looks with this Dijon color and the orange. All about it. And then, hello, I'm making another finger twine bow. This one I'm going a little slower. So I wrapped it, sticking it through those two fingers, bring it back up and putting it under the loop we just made, and then kind of shimmying it back and forth, back and forth. And then it gets stuck on my finger, and then when you got to wiggle that off, come on. And it's nice because you could kind of play around. If it, like I had it a little uneven, you can move that centerpiece over a little bit and then just tighten her on up. And she's good to go. We're going to cut that long string off. And then we are going to put it on our orange pumpkin. And I thought the orange pumpkin needed this just to kind of tie into the pumpkin behind it. And you guys, this is so cute. I love this. I love the colors. Oh, and there's Creeper over here. Stage 5 Klinger. He's always creeping, man. He's like, hey, you want to pet me? Give me love. All right, you guys. Look at how cute you are. I love it. So let's check out these DIYs, the final project. So you guys, isn't this adorable? This can be used to hold silverware, napkins, I don't know what else, but so our second DIY is another reversible item. I'm all into reversible stuff right now. So this is one of the wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. I am taking wood beads from Amazon, and right here I'm playing around with the placement, how long I think I want it, because I don't want to waste like my paint or my time painting beads that I'm not going to use.
So I'm just trying to figure out how many I want. All right. That's how many I want, girl. You good. Put it away. All right. Let's be extra. Make it longer. See that thinking? So now I'm just sanding this down. It had a lot of frizzies on it. And then I'm going to stain the top of this with True Black by Mini Wax. Again, you could paint this. You can use the water and acrylic stain, whatever you want, you guys. And then for the fall side, we are going to use that early American stain that we used in the first project. So there we go. Waited till that dried down. Now I'm using letter stencils from Dollar Tree. You guys, I told you I would try different things. This is not my favorite thing, though. It's not my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Definitely not. I mean, it does its job, but you have to wait until the previous letter is dry, which I used my heat gun, but then you have to wipe it in between each letter. And it's just a lot of work. And I'm not, that's not my life. I don't want to. Okay. So these are the rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. You guys have probably seen me use them in my mason jar DIY video. But to me, I don't know, these seem eerie and to me, Halloween. And I think they totally remind me of the show Ghost Whisperer in the beginning, her intro, all of these remind me of that. These rub-on transfers, y'all, are so easy to use. Do not be intimidated by them. They're like a thin tissue paper is how I can describe them. And they go on so easily. And it turns out beautiful. Can't wait to show you that close up. So this is also another Dollar Tree stencil. This is the adhesive ones. This is my first time using it. I was being lazy. I didn't want to tape it all off. So I used this brush, which is also from the Dollar Tree. Sorry for my little hairs all up in the way. Now, it said to remove it when it was wet. Those weren't the exact words, but from what I read, you need to remove it when it's wet. So now I'm going to go ahead. I feel like I'm all over the place in this video and make a tassel. Y'all don't ask me how many times I wrap that around. I don't know. Go with your gut. And then I'm going through my first 2 top fingers and I'm going to tie that in a knot. And then I'm going to tie it in a double knot. And then I might tie it in a triple knot. I like knots so we don't have it falling out. Okay, so cut off that excess. And then we are going to cut the longest part of it. So that bottom piece, just cut it right in half. There you go. There's your tassel. And then we are going to feed that twine through and tie it in a knot and another knot. Now this twine is from Dollar Tree. It is the one that is in the craft section, not the automotive section. I love how thin this one is. Okay, beads, you guys. I painted the orange with Rustic Orange by Rust-Oleum. It's a spray paint. And then the white ones I mixed with water and white acrylic paint, and it gave me just enough white tint that it wasn't stark white and it wasn't the natural wood. I mean, you could obviously see it looks white. So it turned out really good. And for the, what do you call it? The orange beads, whenever I go and spray paint beads, I put them on a piece of floral wire and then kind of curve it so you could get the, where the hole is in them. And I spray them down and then I just hang them up by the wire, and it's such an easy process. So now we're just tying this baby onto these. You guys, this is basically all Dollar Tree stuff except the wooden beads, and you can even buy beads at Dollar Tree. These go for so much money without the big wood round on Etsy. It's unbelievable. And you can make it yourself. Look at how cute. So cute. I showed this to my husband and he goes, "That's cute, babe, but what is it for?" And I was like, just decoration. People have tiered trays and use them on there. But I thought this was cute, you guys, and this was my first time making this. I had never made one of these. I think I might have made a tassel one time before. So I'm trying out new things. I'm trying to get creative for y'all, and I love the way this turned out. Now you're going to see me make them for every season.
Right, you guys, so we are going to start out with the most popular pumpkin from Dollar Tree. So this is a 3D wood pumpkin, and I'm gonna take off the raffia and all that stuff. Don't care about the glue because we'll end up covering that anyways. So now I'm taking my Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper. What I'm doing is setting it on top. We're pressing down on all of those raised edges. That way we know exactly where we need to cut. Easy peasy, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and cut around this. And oh my gosh, you guys, the options for scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby are gurga. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to set it on top. I'm going to rub kind of like in downward motions on the raised edges, and this just gives you a great outline. So after we get those done, I am going to take Bead Board by DIY Paints. My girl, upcycledbybrie.com, sent me some of this, and seriously, the color is like if Waverly White and Plaster had a baby, this would be it. It's like perfection. All right, so once that's dry, I'm taking my Jot Jumbo glue stick. I am hitting that real good with that glue stick, making sure to get the sides very well because we do not want those lifting up on us. I'm going to do the same side. I'm going to do the same thing for the left side and the right side. Y'all, this is going to be a long video, so I hope you're cozy. All right, so now I'm taking my mini plaid chip brush. You could get this at plaid.com, and I'm just hitting these sides. I just think it kind of like makes it pop. I don't know, or maybe it does nothing, but I liked it. Okay, so now I'm taking jute cord. So you guys, this jute cord, I have it in my Amazon store link. It is a little pricey, but seriously, it's like the perfect size. It's like if the Dollar Tree nautical rope and then the Dollar Tree twine had a baby. We're having lots of babies in this video. This would be their love child. So anywho, I am taking this jute cord and we are just following the outlines. You're welcome for my hair in your face. And we are just outlining the edges of our pumpkin. Now don't mind, I start the seam as you can see from the top, and then I bring it back around. We are going to be covering the seams up with like a bow or whatever you want. We're going to cover it up. So now with the stem, we are taking that jute cord and we are going to wrap it around. I think seriously everybody uses the jute cord or twine to wrap these stems around, and I think that's because we're all trying to cover the actual holes in them, and it adds a little detail. So now I'm taking the jute cord, I'm taking it apart. Well, that was fast. Tie it in the middle. I don't do anything fancy with it, just tie it in the middle. And then I take my sunflower, attach that to the middle. So this is super easy, you guys. Now this is one of the rectangular wood pieces from Dollar Tree. And now I'm going to attach our pumpkin to the base. So I have it propped up because I'm trying to, this has 3 little grooves on it basically, and I'm trying to make sure I put the Jenga blocks on those grooves so you don't see it through the other side, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here you go. See how the 3 grooves touch the base right there? And this is how it turns out. I think this is so beautiful. Like I said, the scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby is endless. So you could really do this to fit your decor. This would even be cute as like a fall teacher's gift with like a little gift card to put on their desk. Gorgeous. You guys get what I'm saying? All right. I know you guys have seen a bunch of book stacks on my channel so far, but these are absolutely the easiest ones to make, and they look so good. So I'm taking a book. I'm hot gluing one piece of the fabric to one of the covers. Then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to cut the excess of the fabric off. Now, if you have the book cover, this would be a lot easier because you could lay the book cover on top of the fabric and you can cut around that book cover to get the perfect size. I did not have my book covers, so this is what I'm doing. So now you're going to go to the other side of the book cover. You are going to pull your fabric towards you, put hot glue, and you can see I'm like pulling and I'm closing the book. That way I get the tightest fit I can. Next, I take my scissors and I'm going to cut the excess fabric off of the top. And I'm going to show you this one more time since I was talking through the first one. Cut that fabric off of the other side. And this, you guys, this is so easy. Okay, so I hot glue. I'm going to fold my fabric into my cover. I'm going to then fold it over the rest of the book, cut all the excess off, but you want to leave a little bit because you need to tuck more of that fabric into the other side of the book. So now I'm going to take my book cover, apply some more hot glue. Now I'm going to pull it and close it towards me, okay? So that way I get that tight fit of the fabric. After I'm done covering 3 of my books, I'm going to get some twine. I don't know why I cut that tail off. Do not cut that piece off, you guys. And then I wrap it around my book. I love this thin twine from the automotive section because it's not like bumpy or anything when you set your book down. So since I cut that tail off, I need to get another piece of ribbon or twine. I'm going to just tie it in a knot. And this is going to give something for our tag to hold on to. So this tag is from Hobby Lobby. I recycled it from another DIY from last year. I'm going to grab some Dollar Tree leaves, stick those on under there. And you guys, this turned out so stinking cute. Do you see this? And how easy it was? I love this book stack. It's kind of weird, but I'm going to say this is one of my favorite book stacks that I've made because it was so simple. I love all of the fabric together. It just adds like a warmth to them. And I hope you guys like that too.
You guys, this is super easy. We're taking it from this to nighttime, which is this. Isn't she cute? Imagine this as like centerpieces, maybe like on a table. I just used an LED candle. So this is the cylinder vase from Dollar Tree. They have this one and they have the one that curves up top. I'm using the one that's straight down. Then I got their decals, the leaf ones, obviously. And we're taking our heat gun. I used to soak these, you guys, in hot water, like the mugs too, before I knew about heat guns. And you guys, I wasn't filming, but of course. But basically all you do is stick them on the glass, just like you would do your window or your mirror. Just find placements and make sure that they are all the way down, so no bubbles on them, okay? Look at how beautiful it is outside. And I am taking my metallic Rust-Oleum, which I'm obsessed with, and we are going to put light coats. This spray is so full coverage, doesn't look cheap, and it dries fast. I'm obsessed with it. So I just put 1 coat of this on, you guys, not heavy coats because you don't want to drown those little window clings. And then I am taking my weeding tool. You can use a toothpick, a sewing needle, I mean, anything. I just didn't want to scratch the paint. So I'm using this, and look at it. These came up so easy, you guys. And you can still use those window clings around the house on mirrors or your windows or whatever to dress them up. So they're still usable. That's it. That's it, you guys. And then I started playing around with this. Okay, so these battery packs are like ginormous. And I'm like, how are we going to do this? So I stuck it to the bottom and like used the Dollar Tree leaves to fill it up. And then after I'm done, I'm like, okay, this is super cute. But I'm like, so how do you turn it off? Like, you literally have to dump all of this out to get your battery pack and turn it off. I mean, the idea, it was awesome. But as you saw in the beginning, I just ended up putting an LED candle in it, and it was just as cute. But if it was just for a centerpiece and you don't have to turn it off for a while, go for it. But that's it, you guys. Look at how easy that was. And you could do it with so many other things, which I love. So we're going to get on to DIY number 3.
To our next fabric DIY, I'm taking a glass plate from Dollar Tree. This is the back of the glass plate, and I definitely stole this from our kitchen cabinet, so I'm going to have to replace it before my husband notices that I'm stealing more things from the house to craft with. So you want to put a healthy coat of Mod Podge, but you don't want to drench the back of it. You're going to take the fabric of your choice and you're going to smooth that out. Now make sure the right side of the fabric is facing downward so that you have it peeking through your glass. Next, I cut the excess of the fabric off. You want to let that Mod Podge dry, and then I'm going to cut it. Now, I want you to notice that I'm cutting kind of at an angle. I tried to get a pretty good shot of this. That way I was getting all of that extra fabric off and I wouldn't have little pieces kind of poking out of there. And after I do that, I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge on the back. Make sure you get those edges very well. You don't want to like oversaturate it where it's getting onto the glass plate, but you definitely, I just took my finger and like went around that plate to smooth down like any frayed edges or anything because I didn't want them, you know, obviously poking up. I grab my decal. This is just from a Cricut design. And you guys, the way this white vinyl pops on this plate is absolutely crazy. And it also gives this like 3D effect, which I love. But look at how cute this is. This was so easy to create. These would make for great gifts if you are a reseller and have a booth. These are going to be amazing because they are so fast to make. So I hope you guys like this one. Leave me a pumpkin down below in the comments if you guys are enjoying this fabric video so far. These are cute, and seriously, they're cute. So I've had these sitting in my shelf forever, and I was staring at them, and I was like, pumpkins, of course, right? I know you guys are probably like, pumpkins, but there's a lot of them. All right, so I go ahead and deconstruct these things. And then I am going to take some flowers. Now, these flowers, we're going to go with some orange, some yellow, some cream colors. You can use felt flowers, paper flowers, plastic flowers, any flowers you want. So at first, I'm going to go ahead and play around with the placement here, figure out where I want everything. So at first, I tried to keep everything in this box and then like hot glue as I go. Well, that didn't work. So then I take them all out of the box. Well, I try to keep them together so I could remember the placement, right? Well, you can see on my right side, I didn't do that. So now I'm trying to figure out like how I'm going to put these all in here once again. Now you can do these with bigger boxes. You can do them with Dollar Tree faux flowers. I mean, possibilities are really endless on what kind of like flowers and the sizes that you can make these in. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I do make 2 of these. They were so cute. And then I'm going to take the little stems, branches from Dollar Tree. We're going to put one on top, not worried if the hot glue shows because we'll eventually cover it. Then taking the green raffia that I feel like I've been using this on like every fall video. I'm just wrapping that up. I'll tie something around the middle. And then we made ourselves a cute little bow, just enough. Like I didn't want to overkill the top of these with like something big because the flowers are what pops. So I attached that to the front, then taking these skeleton leaves, amazing subscriber sent these to me and they are stunning and they worked so well with this piece. It was like super dainty and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So you guys, that is it for these and I cannot wait to show you how these turn out. Right? Are you smiling? Because I'm smiling. These are absolutely adorable. You could put them in a tiered tray. You could put them on a stack of books just like I have them here. And they are gorgeous. I love all the different levels of the flowers. Yes. Yes. This is the inspiration photo. And they use their reclaimed wood to make this. Sorry, that's Tinkerbell. But we are going to use the Dollar Tree pumpkins from last year. Not sure if they're going to have them again this year. So for these, the stems come out super easy. All you have to do is get your heat gun on them and heat them up. The glue will loosen up and you can pull them off. So we're going to pull the stem out of one of them. I don't know why it's like flashing like that to the next image. Anyways, we are going to get our ruler. Of course, I didn't speed that up. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a mess. I cut one of the pumpkins in half with my saw. And then I also sanded off all of the glitter. I did 2 coats of Waverly pumpkin on these wood pieces. Then I'm just taking the twine. I'm going to wrap these up. Every few turns, I'm going to put another dab of hot glue so we don't have this moving around. And I'm going to bring this all the way to the top. Sorry, this DIY portion is a little sketchy. I moved a little too fast there for myself. All right, I like how I move fast and then when it comes to the boring twine part, I'm like, oh, let's slow down. All right, Now we're going to take the pieces, we're going to put the holes from where the stem was on the bottom so you won't be able to see it. Again, using my Star Bond glue, you could also use hot glue, anything that you want. I'm going to hold that there for a second. It dries perfectly. Doing the same thing for the other side, and voila, we have ourselves a cute pumpkin, and we were able to do it with Dollar Tree products instead of reclaimed wood. Now I'm taking that cake batter and a chip brush. I'm going to go ahead and distress this down. Again, my preference, you guys do you. You could also add polka dots this. You could paint it a different color. So many things. You could put transfers on these. So I'm going to finish that on up. And then we are going to move on to accessories. So for this one, I'm just taking some greenery from one of my garlands. I'm going to wrap that around the stem. Then taking some twine, I'm going to make an old-fashioned finger bow here. Just nice and simple. And we will attach that to the top. There we go. And easy peasy Dollar Tree squeezy. But look at how cute that is. It's really rustic. It could fit in a tiered tray, in a bookshelf. I mean, so many little things that you can do with these, and maybe like name tags at a wedding for fall. I don't know. Look at how cute this charger plate is. This is the new Buffalo Check charger plate. We are going to clean that up, and then we're going to take the sticker off, which actually came off like super easy, which I was shocked. And now we're going to get our pumpkin, cut all the stuff off, take that off. And then there was a huge chunk of glue. So I used my heat gun. Y'all subscribers told me to get that heat gun when I was trying to take apart that truck. And let me tell you, the middle part of this pumpkin started lifting from the heat. So now I know it works. So I'm pretty excited. So I'm taking my chocolate acrylic paint from Arteza. And this paint goes on super nice, and it's super thick. Love it. Love the color. Very vibrant. So I'm putting this on all the outside inside pieces. I don't care if it's getting on the raised parts of this pumpkin, because I am kind of going to brush my Dollar Tree paintbrush on top of that, and it's going to give it like this nice deep shadow effect, which I love. Or you can't, I mean, don't touch it. You don't have to. I mean, up to you. And remember, you guys, this is inspiration. So, like, just, you can do this, the turquoise color, the mustard color, the orange. I mean, whatever your heart desires. Now I'm taking the pumpkin by Waverly, and I'm taking another clean brush. And do you see how that brown, like, adds kind of that shadow to our pumpkin? And I just feel, I always say this, but it gives it dimension. Like, it gives it, I don't know, draws your eye to it, I guess. So I'm just putting this on. I'm just being kind of messy with it. It's okay if it gets on the brown part. Just have fun while you're doing this. That's all that matters when you're crafting, right? And look at how pretty. I love, love, love the look of like the shadow and stuff like that, instead of it just being like plain pumpkin. So you guys know I love these bows. These are just the twine bows, just wrapping it around my hand a couple times, feeding it through. This is a finger bow, and this is on, gosh, quite a few of my videos. It's on the calendar video, and it's also on the bow tutorial. And I just thought it looked rustic and it was simple. I didn't want to add a bunch of colored ribbon and stuff because I didn't want it to clash with the buffalo check plate. So I thought this was just nice, and it would make the pumpkin stand out and not get lost with the buffalo check. So we're going to put that on. Look at how cute. I love this. I wish I had all the room in the world in my house, because now I have this charger plate, which I want to display, but I still want to display the charger plate from the calendar video, but I don't have room for both. So, okay, you guys. So for this, you have to hot glue wherever it's touching like the rim of the plate. So for me, it was the very bottom of the pumpkin and then the top of the stem. And the reason we're only going to put it there is because you don't want a bunch of hot glue dripping down onto your plate and making it blah, 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 blah. Do you guys know what movie that is? If you have kids, you probably do. And then we're just going to stick it on, and it sticks on so good. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move, and it's so cute. I love the background of buffalo check and such a great way to put it to use, you guys. So for this one, we're going to use a round sign. Now this one, I don't know what it is. This one's really old, but it is much larger than all the other like round signs that Dollar Tree has come out with. I don't know. So then taking some contact paper, I sanded all of that glitter off. I am going to use this to cover the image on the other side so it looks nice and clean. We will get our craft knife, cut it out, do all that jazz. Yeah, I'm excited that Bree sent me this DIY paint because I loved the last two she sent me and I was stoked to try these out. So I am just taking my chip brush here. I'm doing a messy paint. Do I ever do like a clean? No, maybe on my wood signs, but usually, yeah, I like a messy paint job. So I'm going to go ahead and coat this, just one coat, and then we're going to let it dry. Now I'm taking my 20mm split beads. I do have these in my Amazon store, link for you down in the description box. Took some antique wax, water, gonna mix those up. I'm gonna dry them right in there. This is so easy, you guys. Great way to stain your beads without, actual stain. Now I'm taking our beadboard paint. I'm going to put a light amount in the bottom. Then I'm taking the end of that paint stick and I'm like kind of scribbling that in the bottom. You just want a light coat, you guys. Then I'm going to toss all those split beads in there and I'm going to shake, shake, shake it up. Shake, shake, shake it up. All right. Then I just take my heat gun, dry them right inside the container here. And then after those are dry, full disclaimer. No. Never mind, I skipped ahead. All right, we're using the ruler. We're making some faux shiplap lines here. As you guys know, I don't like things all clean, so that's why I'm smearing the pencil mark there. Okay, this is the full disclaimer. I totally pre-measured these out. So I lined them around, made sure I had the exact amount I needed before painting. And then I told myself, do you need to lay them out again? And I was like, no, why would I do that? Like I already counted them. Obviously they all fit. Well, I'm going around this thing and I'm feeling pretty confident. And then I'm like, is this gonna fit? Is it? It doesn't, you guys. I don't know what I did, but that last bead did not fit. Excuse me. Did not fit, but that's okay because I knew I was going to use greenery on this anyway, so I was like, okay, it's fine. Easy fix. We'll just cover it. So now we're going to head over to our Cricut. I am in images. I searched pumpkins here, and oh my gosh, you guys, I have to say, if you do have a Cricut or you do end up getting one, getting design access is so worth it because the images are absolutely endless and it's so nice to be able to click something and just cut and go without like spending an hour designing something. So highly recommend it. So I made my circle the size of our piece. Then I took my image. I'm sizing it how I want it. Then I'm going to hide that circle. I'm going to highlight Hello Pumpkin. I'm going to make it all black. That way it cuts all at one time. If I were to have left it the two different colors, it would have told the Cricut to cut hello in yellow and then pumpkin in orange. So then I feed it through and I will click vinyl so it knows what we're working with here. And then I'm going to go back to my maker. Hello, there we go. And then look, it's like blinking at me. It's like, feed me vinyl. And then it goes in. It literally only takes seconds. It knows what tool it needs. It knows what vinyl's in there. And it's so easy, you guys. So easy to make your own home decor. All right. So now I got my vinyl, my stencil right there. I'm just going to lay it out so I know where to put my greenery. And this is, I think, like mixed berry, I think it's called. It's from Walmart. And I'm just going to hot glue those right on here. They attach super easy. I'm going to do the same thing for the opposite side with the greenery. And then I'm going to take these white velvet pumpkins from Dollar Tree. They come with a large one and two small ones. I'll attach the big one, then I'll do a small one on the right side and then a small one on the left side. Now, these were attached to the greenery, not the actual sign. So they were a little floppy. So I decided I probably needed to hot glue them together. So that's what I'm doing right here. And this makes them a lot more stable so that they're not moving around. So after that, I totally ended up going back and designing something different because I was like, I don't know if I like that font. So went back to the Cricut. I ended up designing my own Hello Pumpkin. I think this is shiplap. It's called shiplap, and then I don't know what the cursive is here. But I apply my vinyl, take that off. This is orange Cricut permanent vinyl. And next, I'm just taking my piece of twine. I will go ahead and attach that to the back as a hanger. And then we have ourselves some beautiful fall home decor, you guys. This turned out gorgeous. Let me know. We need to make like a real wood round with these beads like this because seriously, gorgeous. Looks so high end. I am so happy to have this part of my home decor for fall, and I hope you guys love it too and learned a little something about your Cricut machine today. Okay, our next one. Yes, that is a toilet paper roll. We're going to take this fabric. You guys have probably seen this, but I wanted to show you what you can do with fabric. And all you're doing is tucking all of those ends into the middle of that toilet paper roll. And then we're just going to grab a Dollar Tree like stick, branch, I don't know, put that in there, decide, you know what, this needs a little leaf. So we're going to grab a leaf, not that one, that was huge, and stick that in there too. And you guys, this is so simple, but once you accessorize something like this, it can make a big statement. And what's nice is you could reuse the toilet paper afterwards, and you can make these for you can make them and they're inexpensive, and you can put these all around the house. Like, look at how cute, just with added decor and stuff, that this little toilet paper roll pumpkin looks. I definitely am going to make more in different color fabrics and put them around the house. All right, so this next, so these are recycled pumpkins from last year, and I am taking a Dollar Tree scarf. I am just going to wrap this pumpkin up. You guys asked a lot about my lace pumpkin, so this is exactly what I did to them. So these are the smaller pumpkins here. I tied it off with some twine. Now, the longer the fabric is that you leave on top, that's how long your pumpkin stem is going to be. So as you can see, I attached the jute cord to the bottom, and now I'm wrapping it upwards onto our fabric, so you could see. And then I'm going to cut like the excess off. I didn't want my stem to be that long. And then I will just get my hot glue, taper it off at the ends. And you can actually bend these to like fit your style, so it's not sticking like straight up. You get what I'm saying? All right. So then I wanted this to look more rustic because the pattern spoke for itself. So I just made a simple finger bow, attach that to the side, and that's going to be it for this one. Now I'm going to show you how to make a lace one. So this is another recycled one. Now the lace ones I've shown you guys are made with the bigger pumpkins. This right here that I'm taking, you guys, this is just a tablecloth from a thrift store. So this has stains on it and stuff, but it doesn't have stains all over it. So do not skip out if you find these at garage sales or thrift stores. So again, just gathering the fabric around it, holding it tight. I'll tie it off with the twine at the base. Now, I should have left it attached to the actual like twine roll. That way I could have easily just rolled it up and made a stem, but you know, I was working harder, not smarter. So as you can see right here, I'm taking the twine and I'm just wrapping it around that, creating a stem, cut that excess fabric off. And then as you can see, like I bent it down and it usually will stay like that. So now I'm just going to accessorize it. And like I said, you guys, I made these with the smaller pumpkins, but you can use the bigger pumpkins and you can use any fabrics that you have around the house. So here we go. Look at how gorgeous that scarf is. And and then see how like the stem curves. And then we have our lace one with the accessories. Gorga. Let me know what you think about those. Right. For this one, we're using this galvanized fall pumpkin. They came in all sorts of colors. I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct it, take the loop off and the raffia. Now I'm taking Waverly. You guys, where to the wise, just spray paint this thing. At least spray paint it white first and then paint it a color because I had to do 3 coats. Now, on the 3rd coat, I want to show you. As it is drying down, I get my paintbrush and I go back over it. And what I'm doing is I'm like pulling at the paint so that it leaves texture behind. I just thought it needed texture. I didn't like it smooth. So that's what I did there. Then I am taking Cashew by Waverly, and I'm, again, outlining this pumpkin. I love it. I think it just adds more definition to the pumpkin. And then I will kind of fill in the middle and the sides. Next, we are going to go ahead and let that dry. And then I am going to take, I don't remember. Oh yeah, twine. Twine. Yep, that's what we're taking to cover the stem. Shocker again. All right. Now I'm taking this sign. I think it was from like 2 summers ago. I'm going to paint the base of it in truffle, and I'm going to paint the front, the back, the sides, all that. I need to remember I didn't paint the bottom of it. I need to do that. All right. So after that dries, then I'm going to take the front. I'm going to take that beadboard, and I am going to put 2 coats of this on the front. This like MDF material like sucks up the paint. It's thirsty. So after we're done with that, I'm going to take my ruler, my pencil. We're going to put that faux shiplap on there. And then I'll go ahead and rub it in with my finger just like I did with the little round sign we just finished. No, that was like 2 DIYs ago, huh? I'm losing my mind. Now I'm going to cover the back up with this contact paper again. I sanded off all of that glitter, applied it. There we go. Then for the base of the front, and I put it on the sides. I'm just taking Spanish moss, hot gluing it to the base here. Why does this stuff have to be so messy? After that, I then take my Sure Bonder glue, attach Jenga blocks, and then I realize it still doesn't even touch the sign. So we had to take another Jenga block and attach that. Now I could attach it to our sign. So I take the hot glue, and any day now, I take the hot glue. You take the hot glue, right? Yep, there we go. And I hot glue it to the sign. You guys, I found the wood cutouts at Dollar Tree. I was so excited. And I'm going to paint this apothecary. This dries down to be such a gorgeous color. I love adding the little pops of this color. Then taking some more Sure Bonder, I apply it to the metal pumpkin here. And so cute. All right. Now I'm going to take this pumpkin ribbon from Dollar Tree. I create a 2-loop finger bow, pull that tight, and then I will attach it to the base of our stem. And that is all for this one. And this one is seriously like, it's cute. Like, it is so cutesy. I love that pop of the Apothecary DIY paint for Farm Fresh. It just really makes it stand out. And I love it. And it was super easy to make, which is even better. All right, you guys. So for this next DIY, we're going to use this Dollar Tree sign. I went ahead and I sanded all the glitter off. I took the little foam pieces off as well. I'm going to go ahead and cover, am I going to cover the back? Yeah, cover the back with some of the contact paper again so that we don't see this. Unless you want a double-sided sign, then you do you, boo. All right, now taking Pumpkin by Waverly, I'm going to do one messy coat on the front of this. We will go ahead and let it dry. Then we are going to take some ribbon. So these are from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the sparkly leaf ribbon right here. I'm going to attach it over the holes in our sign. So this is a great way to get those covered up. So be mindful when you're making this not to put the holes on the other side. And I'm going to glue those. Then we're going to take some twine. We're going to wrap that around I was going to say the middle. There's going to be another piece of ribbon on the other side. That's where I'm getting. So I just wrap this around just in like different places, spaces. And you guys, I feel like I'm turning into a hot mess by the end of this video. Shocker. All right. Then we're going to get a third piece. second piece. Oh gosh, here we go. All right, so now we're taking a piece of twine. We're gonna use that so that if you wanted to, you could hang the sign, or you could just prop it up somewhere. That works too. All right, so after I attach that, I am going to double up some leaves that were in my stash. I'll attach that to the sign. Use the base. We're gonna get a pumpkin. Again, this is all just random pieces that I've found in my buckets. A flower, we'll attach that to the side. I was gonna just leave the pumpkin, but I was like, nah, I'll be extra. So then I go over to my Cricut and I go into the images. I found this beautiful image and I was like, this is so fitting. And again, I think I got inspiration off Pinterest and it said like thankful or something. And I was like, no, not vibing that. So I went over to my Cricut, found this, and I was like, yes, this is so my style. And it says, be obsessively grateful. I think I need to make this as a t-shirt because it couldn't be more true, especially right now. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that back, and I got myself a super cute personalized fall sign. And you guys, I know this video is long, so thank you if you are still here with me. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you got super inspired by these back to basic fall home decor pieces, and let me know down in the comments which one's your favorite, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so this one we're gonna take, I think these are the Scrabble pieces of wood from Amazon. I am going to give them a messy coat of white chalk paint. I'm just going to do 2. You could also make these using Jenga blocks or the square panels from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take these window clings once again. Can I talk? I'm going to put a light coat of Mod Podge on, and I'm going to stick that on. I love these, like I said, because they look like signs already. Smoothed it out with my little squeegee. I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. After I'm done applying these, I'm going to go over both of them with Mod Podge so we make sure they're not falling off on us. This would be a fun project to do with your girlfriends on like wine night or something. And I'm going to attach some twine finger bows. The baby's waking up. And I'm going to put little buttons in the middle just to, you know, accessorize these girls. We're going to turn them on around and get the Dollar Tree magnets. I put 2 magnets on just because I was like, these are so big. You just never, I don't know. I put 2 on. And that's it, you guys. You have yourselves these cute little magnets. These are going to be great. Like I said, you can get any seasonal window clings and do this. You can make happy birthday ones, Christmas ones, Easter ones. It doesn't matter. But I really like how these turned out. I hope that all of these DIYs, let's grab that Dollar Tree fabric or any fabric that you have on hand, and we're going to start right away with this picture frame from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take everything out of it, but you are going to keep everything from this frame except the paper that comes in it. We don't need that. Just toss that in the trash. We are going to grab our fabric of choice. Nope, not yet. We are going to grab Cashew by Waverly. I really like this color because it gives me like a vintage kind of vibe versus like a pure white. Then we're going to grab our glass. We're going to grab our fabric. We're going to put the glass on top of our fabric, and I am going to just cut this out. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this out. And you want to leave an overhang on every side of your glass frame, because what we're going to do is we are going to hot glue it to that glass. So you can see I'm putting a line of hot glue and then I'm pushing it up. Now you want this fabric as tight as you can get it. And I cannot stress that enough because mine ended up bagging on me. So pull this as tight as you can as you're gluing it up. Now I'm going to take my Iron Orchid stamps. I get these from thepaintedheirloom.com. I always leave her link down in the description box. And whenever you are stamping onto fabric, you want to put a healthy coat of ink on there. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to flip it on around and I'm going to put that on top of our fabric. You guys, these stamps are the most detailed things I've ever seen. And I am just going to roll my thingy-majigger. I don't know, a brayer, I don't know. And I am going to make sure that's on. Look at that. Look at that detail, you guys. Now, these stamps come with masks. So I'm going to put the mask of the pumpkin over it. Then I'm going to take my leaf stamp, and this way, when I'm stamping the leaves onto my fabric, it's not going to overlap onto my pumpkin because I have the mask covering it. So you could see right here, a little bit gets on the mask, but not on my pumpkin. I'm going to peel that up after rubbing that down. See that? So it looks like it's going behind the pumpkin. Now I'm going to take these cursive fonts. This is also Iron Orchid. This is the first time using them, and I was super intimidated by them, but they are not hard to use at all. You just need to overlap the lettering as you are stamping. So you could see right here how I'm just overlapping it a tad bit, and then it looks like it's connected. These were so easy to use. It's crazy how you see things and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do that. That's going to take me time to learn. And then you finally go for it and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I wait so long to try this out? So here we are with the L overlapping a bit. I use that mask on that pumpkin once again, so it looks like it's going behind my pumpkin and not in front of the pumpkin. So I love these. After we're done with that, you just put it back into your frame. You could see how it's sagging just a little bit. So I had to take some fabric off and try pulling it again to make that tight. I really didn't want it sagging down. But this is how cute it came out. You guys, these stamps, you've seen me use them quite a bit, and they seriously can be used for anything. You could do this with pillowcases. You could do it with t-shirts. Possibilities are endless. So check out the website down below because they have so many, and I think they'll come out with new Christmas ones this year too. So this next one, we are going to take one of these pumpkins. I'm going to take my craft paper. We're going to cover up the back because we don't want to see that anymore. Take my craft knife, cut that out so it looks nice and neat on the back. And now I'm going to take my painter's tape and I am going to start making some stripes. So when you do this, you just need one little piece like you see. I'm layering that, not layering it. I'm putting it on top of the bottom and then going up. This is going to give you nice straight lines. It's going to make sure that all of your stripes are a consistent width, and you just keep doing that as you go up. I'm going to take Cashew once again by Waverly. I'm going to do a messy coat all over this. Doesn't have to be perfect, or maybe it does if that's how you like your stuff. After this dries, we're going to peel that painter's tape right off, and look at those crisp lines. Yes, girl. Now, we're going to use our fabric here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut a notch in it, and then you're going to rip them. Now, you saw me do this to a snowman last Thursday on our last Christmas in July. I'll link that down below. We are going to make some fabric flowers. So I'm gluing that starter piece, then I'm twisting my fabric, and I'm going around in a circle. So you can see, this is so easy, you guys. You just have to find that starting point. That's why I always glue my ends together and then glue it down. That way it's nice and stiff, and then I can start working around that circle. So you're just going to keep twisting this until you get the length you want. I decided I wanted to add a little bit of greenery. So I put that down, and then I'm going to wrap my fabric kind of over it so it looks like it was meant to be a part. Now I'm going to take another fabric color, and do the same thing. Now you can go as big as you want with these. You could even get like a thicker piece of fabric so that they look more pronounced. I didn't like how much of the greenery was sticking out, so I added a pearl. I added 2 little gemstones there just to add a little bit more. That's what's fun about crafting. Like, if it doesn't completely go your way, you could always add more. And make it look right. So I add a third one. Then I just make a raffia bow, and I'm like, oh, I want this. And then I change my mind and I don't want it. And then I end up going with my classic multi-loop finger bow. Here we go. I do have a brand new in real time bow video. I will link it down below for you. And this is how beautiful she turned out. I went back and forth about putting text on here, but I really loved the chic simplicity of how this pumpkin looked. And I did not think that like it needed more. I wanted the flowers to stand out, and that was the highlight of this one. This one's easy peasy, Dollar Tree squeezy. It's kind of like cheating. These are from Dollar Tree last year, but you could seriously use any vase you want. They have so many beautiful vases. Then I'm going to take our floral foam. Now, I don't like hot gluing floral foam to like the insides of things because I want people to be able to take them out and like change them if they want to. So what I do is I cut it to size, I stuff it down in there. Then I get the remnants and I stuff them down in the sides. That way my floral foam doesn't move around on me and it stays put. Next, I'm going to take our Dollar Tree picks. I take them all apart and I start with my bigger pieces first and then I build around it. So I take some foxtail from Dollar Tree. I'll take some more, the flocking ball didn't look right in there. And then I'll take some more leaves, put those in there. Next, I will take a random pumpkin. And all this is from different picks, you guys. So you just got to have fun with it, play around with it. I even add another sunflower to that hole right there. There we go. Oh, it looks gorgeous. And another foxtail. So that is our first one. Then I take another pick. Can you believe this pick is from Dollar Tree? I don't know why I just got one of them, but it's gorgeous. And of course, I just add a few more little details, the foxtails. I'll add a pumpkin to it. You could even put like twine around the rim of the vases if you want. But these are such a great way to add like the details, the fine details, like on the bathroom shelf or like on the sink counter, a bookshelf, you know, things like that. That's where I feel like small pieces like this make such a cute and big impact. I think it even looks cute just displayed like this. If you happen to have like a bookshelf or a hutch, this would be absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you guys are loving these DIYs so far, and there's so many more. So simple, but it came out so cute. I'm going to take one of the houses from Dollar Tree. This is the one with the white erase board. I'm going to hit it with some pumpkin by Waverly, and then I am going to just dust some antique wax onto that house just to make it look a little bit more rustic and not so bright orange. Now I'm going to take one of these window clings. I love these window clings. And I thought it was going to like stick really well to the dry erase, but it didn't. So I decided to just put a very thin layer of Mod Podge on the back of it. It smoothed out very well for me. And after I let that dry, I got one of these little baby styrofoam pumpkins from Dollar Tree. I cut the back off of it so that it would lay flat. And once I get that off, I'm going to hot glue it to the corner of our little sign. And of course, I have to top this off with a cute little twine finger bow. So I'm going to hot glue that straight to the top, and then we are done with this one. It was so easy, but it came out so stinking cute. I love the colors, and like I said, like these window clings, I hope they come out with them this year again because they all look like little signs, so they're perfect. Okay, so this piece, you guys, came from Target. Go run and get them. They're $3 and they come in circles and little hexagons, and these are so thick. They have a leather strap on them. They are adorable and such great quality. So for this one, we're going to cover the entire piece with Mod Podge. I tried to go in with a nice, thin, even coat so that the window cling sits nice and flat. And you can see these window clings, y'all, this like style, you could not see the clear film through it at all. And look at when I press with that, what is it, spatula? I don't know. It's not a spatula. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. But like you could see all of those air bubbles, squeegee, come out of it. And then we're going to put the Mod Podge le Mod Podge on the top, grab a raffia bow with this netted ribbon stuff from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to put the two together just to make it, you know, a little different. I'm going to hot glue it to the top. And this one's so cute. It probably took, what, like $4 to make, and I could put this in my booth and sell it for like 12. So I love it, and you could see, you can't even see the window cling on this. The colors are absolutely perfect, super modern. Love the way this one turned out. So here we got the Dollar Tree cutting board. I think Teresa B DIY sent me these a while ago. I'm gonna pop these thumbnails. Oh my gosh, I don't know what they're called, but we're going to pop them out and we are going to reuse them, so save those. I'm going to grab some Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper and I'm going to press around the square that was in the middle. You could see it leaves an outline, so it's easy to cut. I'm going to take some Mod Podge. We're going to apply that down. Now I only put the Mod Podge on the bottom. Go ahead, put it on the top if you want. I didn't think it was necessary. And then I'm going to put those push pins back in. Now, there are holes there, okay? It took me a while to find the holes, but I did find them and I put them back where they belonged. Or you could just hammer them back in or hot glue them by taking the little pick off. Now I'm taking a 4x4 piece square panel. It's from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take this image I created for my members. This will be available. I will link the Canva link for you guys to use this. And I am going to completely cut this out. I love how vintage this looks. It has like a pumpkin spice jar with like a tin full of cinnamon on it. And I'm going to grab some Mod Podge. I'm going to apply that to the back of my photo or picture. I'm going to apply that to our piece of wood. The wood I was going to use for another DIY and then never used it. So that's where this like suddenly popped up and was already painted. All right, now we go ahead and we put that on our cutting board, and now the fabric part comes up. We are going to make a fabric bow. So when making a fabric bow, you are going to, like I said, you're going to cut notches in the fabric. You're going to tear it. You want it to look, you know, tattered. You want those frayed edges. You want all of that kind of like rustic look. So pull the fabric. I think I used 8 pieces total. You could go as big and as thick with these as you want. It's up to you. Now right here, I'm going to grab the fabric. I'm going to put it around my hand, making sure to leave tails. You see the tails that are sticking out? And then right in the middle, I'm going to take another piece of fabric. I'm going to tie that off tight. No need to cut the ends off of these because it'll be a part of your bow. And then you are going to mess it up. You're going to like rub it all over the place. That sounded weird, but hot glue that to the top, and look at how adorable this is. This project did not take me any time at all. That fabric messy bow is everything. So is this image, by the way. And I love how it turned out. I have it displayed on my hutch in the back. Now grab some more of your fabric, mini cutting board from Dollar Tree, or you could use any cutting board, any wood surface, does not matter. I'm going to take a pin and I'm going to trace this out. It actually did show up on the fabric, surprisingly. And then I'm going to cut this image out, the trace. I'm going to lay it on top of our cutting board, and I'm going to use one hand to hold the top, and then I'm going to apply the Mod Podge in sections here. So I apply some to the bottom, I'm going to flip it around, and then apply the Mod Podge to the top as well. Once that dries, we're going to do the same thing as the plate. We are going to put the Mod Podge on the top as well, so we don't have this fabric pulling up on us. This is going to be the cutest tiered tray little decor piece. And after that dries, I am going to take some wood beads, apply wood glue, and they all wanted to like roll off. And of course, the glue side is the one that wants to get on your surface, you know? So we're just going to apply 4 of these, let it sit for a little bit and let this wood glue dry up. After that, I get a finger bow. Once again, apply that to the top with a little orange button. This looks so cute. And you guys, It's all the way you stage it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be so simple. It could be the simplest DIY, but once you put the accessories on top of it and kind of stage it in your tiered tray, that's when it totally comes to life. Like, this went from bland, and then I put all the little people on it. People, like pumpkins are people, but you guys get what I'm saying. Okay, so this one ended up being like my favorite DIY out of all of them. I'm trying to give you guys things that you haven't seen before. Some things you might be like, that's so basic, but that's okay. So I'm going to take this Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper. I'm going to cut it into 4x4 pieces. I'm then going to take these tile pieces from Home Depot. They used to be like 8 cents each. I don't know how much they are now. I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to apply a thin layer of it to the back of my scrapbook paper. I'm going to lay that on my tile. I'm going to smooth it out. I'm going to take my little Mod Podge scraper here, make sure all my bubbles and excess Mod Podge are out. Now, I am not applying Mod Podge to the top of this paper yet. Hold off. Next, you're going to grab the window clings of your choice, and you want to cut as much of the excess, like clear part off as you can. Now it is clear, so I mean, it's not going to be devastating if you can't get it off, but the closer you get, the better the image is going to look. So I cut my images down. I'm going to do, I don't know, like 5 or something. And I am going to get some more Mod Podge. Now you're going to see I put the smallest little dab on there. And I apply it to the top of our tile and scrapbook paper. I smooth it out, and you could already see how beautiful this looks on these. I layered them up. They did just fine. I do another one as well. Again, applying a light amount of Mod Podge, and you could do these for any season. They came out so stinking cute. And after that, then I'm going to put the Mod Podge on the top. I would put a couple coats of this on if you plan on using it as coasters. You could also make these into magnets. They'd be super heavy magnets, but they could work. And then I'm going to apply some of the cork from Dollar Tree, some hot glue for added security, and you're done. You have yourselves the cutest window clean coasters. I am definitely keeping these downstairs in my work area. I already decorated my hutch in fall, and I'll put these at my desk for when I have drinks. Comment with a pumpkin down below if this is the first time. For this one, we're going to take a pan from Dollar Tree, and I am going to take the leaves window clings, and I am going to, now this one you want to cut as close to the image as you can, especially if you're going to use leaves on this, because we need all of those details on there. As I'm cutting my leaves, I am then putting just a small amount of Mod Podge. And when I mean small amount, it's probably like just whatever I have left over on my paintbrush, because I want them to stick to the pan, but I don't want them to stick forever. So you can see I'm applying those down. If I didn't put Mod Podge, they wouldn't have stuck. They would have like kept popping off, and you'll see why we need that. So after I'm done, these are all the leaves. I wish I would have put more. I spray painted it black, then taking some tweezers while it was still kind of damp, I am going to take those leaves off. Now there's a little bit of that Mod Podge residue, because again, I literally applied the leaves, I sprayed it, and then I brought it in, and I'm taking the leaves off while everything is still wet. But just get a little paintbrush, smooth out that Mod Podge, and I thought this would just be such a fun way of using the window clings to put a little design on there. I'm going to take some nautical rope. We're going to wrap that around the base until you can't see the silver anymore. Now I'm going to try, so this is Liquid Patina by DIY Paint, and I actually really like this. I like this more than Mod Podge because of the consistency. Y'all know that like if you have a paintbrush and you run it over Mod Podge a couple times, it starts getting like tacky and gummy. This Liquid Patina, which is a medium, like you could use it for decoupage, you could clear with it. It has the consistency of almost like a polyacrylic or something. So I really enjoyed using this, and I get it from upcycledbybrie.com. So I'm just going to dry it, take this candlestick from Dollar Tree. You could also paint a candlestick. You can get one from the thrift store. So I do super glue, hot glue, apply that to the middle, and you have yourself the cutest little riser. Now keep in mind, you can use this little, trick on the cookie sheets, on a sign. I mean, anything to get this, nice outline look. But I really like how if you've seen any of my videos lately, I am on this like crazy cheetah leopard print kick, and I have been seeing like leopard cheetah DIYs everywhere, and so I was inspired to create this. So this is one of the oval platters from Dollar Tree. I always spray them with like a clear matte spray paint just so it gives something for the chalk paint to adhere to. At first I started with like a white rim, then I went in with hazelnut, and then it started getting all over the rim, and then I was like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to go up with this paint, which actually ended up working out because then it brought in all of that beautiful detail on the rim of this oval plate. You can also make one of these pumpkins as well with these square ones, so keep that in mind if you can't find this one. So I just dust the hazelnut all over the place. I let it dry. Then I take my cheetah stencil. I'm going to take my rich black chalk paint by Folk Art, and I'm going to stipple that on with my stencil brush from Dollar Tree. These come in a 3-pack. And this reusable stencil I just made on my previous YouTube video, so I will put that in the description box if you guys want to find out how you can make this yourself using your Cricut. So after I'm done doing this, I'm going to peel it off. I do allow it to dry before not all the way dry, but I let it dry some, and then I will peel back the stencil. I'm going to do the same thing for the top of it as well. After we're done, I'm going to take some more of the leather pumpkins. I'm going to play around with the arrangement, and then I'm going to get some lamb's ear, and I'm going to stick those on, hot glue them, and then I'm going to hot glue the leather pumpkins. Now let me tell you, the leather pumpkins that come in the 5-pack and the 4-pack, when you are purchasing them, make sure you look at the bag, because these stems are on there so poorly that you need to make sure you're getting a good batch there. So I hot glue them all together in this little trio. I love the colors that they came out with this year. And then I start to work on a bow. So I do have a real-time bow video. It is in the description box for you. I'm taking 3 loops. I crisscross them together. I take a zip tie, play around, make sure it's straight, and then I pull it tight. I'm going to take some twine. No, not the nautical rope. We're going to do twine. I'm going to wrap that around the middle because I wanted it to look more, I guess, rustic. All of the ribbon I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to hot glue that to the top. And then I decide last minute that it needed this little sign. I did see something very similar online, and I was like, oh, do I want the pick? Do I not want the pick? So I found this welcome sticker bundle thing from Dollar Tree. I put it on the little garden chalkboard stake, and I hot glued it to the inside of the pumpkins. Put some hot glue on the back with some jute cord, and that is the end of this one. And you guys, I love how it turned out. And this is its beautiful debut. I absolutely love this. I don't know what is up with me and cheetah. I've never been a fan of cheetah, but for fall, my house is anything I make in cheetah is staying in my house for the fall season. Let me know what you think about cheetah down in the... All right, this one, I saw it, loved it, but I knew exactly what scrapbook paper I had and a picture I had from Dollar Tree that was gonna work. So I got a bunch of these frames when they came out in the Shore Village line. They were already framed, so easy to make. So I am going to grab Rich Black by Folk Art, and I am going to paint the frame. When you do this, make sure you're painting the outer edge and the inner edge. You don't want that I don't know what color this is, yellow, pumpkin, I don't know. You don't want that color showing through. So next I'm going to grab this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. That's where I get all my scrapbook paper. And I'm going to do Mod Podge. Now the reason I'm doing Mod Podge versus, hot glue is because I am going to glue a sign on top of my scrapbook paper, and I don't want my scrapbook paper to peel away from the sign. So that is why I used Mod Podge in this instance, because it's going to attach to the sign. If that, I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. This is my rubber squeegee thingamajigger from Mod Podge. Definitely pick one up. And here is the sign from Dollar Tree. How perfect does this match this scrapbook paper? In love. And I think this is one of the newer ones. I don't think they had this one last year, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to douse this with some hot glue. You can put Gorilla Glue, you do you. Put it in the middle. This frame also came with the beads already on the twine, which was a double score. I love how this turned out and how well the sign in the middle goes with the scrapbook paper in the background. This will go in my booth, and I know that it will sell quickly because of the black and white coloring. And then here's our side by side. Obviously, I went with a totally different color scheme, but you can see how I was able to take the Kirkland's inspiration and totally make it my own. So let me know what you have a wood round in it. So I'm going to take the 12-inch wood round from Dollar Tree. You guys, if you see these, pick them up. There's so many things you can do with them. I'm going to take a baby wipe, the antique wax, and we are going to first stain this. I'm going to take this gorgeous window clean, and I'm going to find my placement first on this. It kind of looks weird, but it's all the glitter shining, why it looks like neon green. And because I didn't want to mess up my placement, I decided I was going to apply the Mod Podge, you know, like half on the bottom, smooth it down, go onto the top, and then do the top half. So you could see, and then I'll smooth it down. I'll get my little squeegee thing and then get all the excess out of there. I'll also do the same thing for the middle, which says, I think, Fall Sweet Fall on it. And this all came on one window clean. I'm going to take that liquid patina once again, and I am going to put a coat over the top. Now, I'm not drenching this. I am putting a pretty light coat on here to clear it out. I was concerned that maybe the glitter wouldn't show anymore, but it absolutely did. It looks beautiful. And I was also worried because when it's laying down, you could totally see the window cling. Okay, anyways, I apply a bow. I do have a real-time bow tutorial in my description box that I just made. I'm going to put that twine back on, and look at how gorgeous this turned out. Like, you cannot even see the outline of the window cling. I mean, you can just a little bit, but like all of these colors together look so beautiful. Let me know what you think down in the comments. All right, this one's really easy. I'm going to take this sign that has the galvanized like metal on it. I take the screws off and then I pop it off. Now, I tried to remove the lettering with nail polish remover because some of Dollar Tree signs, they come off right away. This one, however, did not come off. I was like, oh man, y'all. Of course it had, you know, they had to make it hard on me here. So I flip it around. I take my hot gun. Oh goodness, you guys, I'm a hot mess. I take my heat gun and I heat up that hot glue so that it gets soft again. Then I am going to take a mixture of like my razor blade and this like little spatula tool, and I scrape all of that off. Once that's done, I take this longer sign from Dollar Tree. I took the sticker off the back, and then I'm taking Pumpkin by Waverly. I'm going to paint the front, the back, and the sides. I do give the back where it has like the actual text 2 coats of paint. After that, I take some of the antique wax, and I'm trying to put it on any of the spots that like I missed with my brush, so it looks more intentional instead of like an afterthought. So after that dries, I get my the metal piece again. I take the screws that it came, well, not that it came with. I totally lost those because they dropped on the floor, but luckily I keep everything that I take off of Dollar Tree stuff, and I had some screws that fit. So we screw that back in. Then taking one of the leather words, I am going to hot glue that on. Now keep in mind, if you're using the word thankful, put it up a notch. I wasn't thinking, and my F was hanging off the bottom, so that when I like went to go stand it up, I was like, dang it. And these come in this light tan and the darker tan, and they say thankful, blessed, and grateful, but they don't all three come together in a pack, so keep that in mind. Then I'm gonna take this decal that I made on my Cricut, and we're gonna stick that right on there. This will be available to my members. I will post that right away, and it says, in our home, we always wake up thankful. I love how easy this is. I love that it doesn't have to just be a fall DIY. It's something that, depending on the color, you can keep up all year long. These will make beautiful gifts as well, and they would actually look cute in like an office space or workspace. Does anybody else go around their craft room or their house and they're like, I could turn that into a pumpkin? That's basically what fall is all about in my craft room. So I'm going to take these little tag signs. This one's from Dollar Tree, and that chalkboard popped right off. So of course I'll save that for later. And then the paper peels right off, and I was like, yes, thank you. I'm going to take this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, and it has a texture on it. So like it has like a raised kind of feeling to it. I go ahead and measure it with the tag. I'm going to cut it out, and then I'm going to hot glue that onto our tag. Now don't ask me why or how I choose to put hot glue versus Mod Podge on these things, because the next one I totally put Mod Podge on it. But I hot glue it. Then I'm going to take my sander, and you can see this scrapbook paper like distresses so beautifully. Like I do it on top, and you could see all of the little like dots of it pop out. Love how this looks. I do the same thing for the smaller tag. This one I got at Dollar General, and you'll see with this one I chose to do Mod Podge. I don't know why. I just didn't stick to hot glue, but you know what? You do you. All right, now I'm going to take the tops of some paint stir sticks that I had in my scrap pile. I'm going to get a baby wipe and antique wax and stain those. I'm going to hit them with the heat gun so that I speed up that process, and we are going to use these for the stems of our pumpkin. So using my detailed glue gun, I hit the top. Now, silly me, I end up getting, this is like my added security, and put it in the front. Don't ask me why, you guys, but I do the same thing to the big pumpkin, except I put the piece of wood in the back. Then we're going to glue the smaller one on top of our bigger pumpkin. Make sure you stand it up so they're sitting straight. Now we are going to take those leather leaves, and I cut those down to size. The stems that are on these are really soft. They're not wired at all, so they cut down very easily. I'm going to put them on both of the pumpkins, and then I've been having this obsession with raffia bows lately, and I think it's just because they're a little bit more rustic. They are so easy to make. You just take a bunch of raffia, wrap it around your hand, and then you tie them off in the middle. That is it, you guys. And so that is what I do for this one. I'm going to wrap the raffia in the middle of it, fan it out a little bit. We're going to hot glue that straight to the top of our big pumpkin. Then we're going to I'm always watching TV while I craft, and then, or I should say listening. And then we're going to kind of give it a haircut, trim it down so that they're not like too crazy. I'm going to do the same thing for the smaller pumpkin as well. Then taking another piece of scrap that I've kept, I think this came off of one of like the wood pallets from Dollar Tree. I hot glue that to the back of the bigger pumpkin. Then I'm going to stack 3 Jenga blocks on top of each other just to catch, since that pumpkin's pretty high. And then we have ourselves these cute pumpkins made out of tags. I love the way they came out. I love how like I use scraps for a lot of this stuff, but the leather leaves look so good with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Jumping right into it, this is the first piece that I saw at Kirkland's and knew I could make my own version of it. So I'm going to take the Dollar Tree trucks, and I was lucky. This one, the backing peeled off so easy. And I also had 2 of them. So one of them I'm going to use for a reference. That way I know where to put my windshield, my bumper, things like that. So I am taking one of my synthetic makeup brushes, and I am going to paint the windshield on here. I'm going to do 2 coats of the white. And then I am going to grab Rich Black by Folk Art, and we are going to paint the entire truck black. And I didn't realize until now, but the description of the Kirkland's one definitely says navy. Did not see that in the picture. So I'm going to paint everything. I'm going to go around the windshield. And then for me, I chose to do it this way, but you do you. I got the white again, and I am going to paint on the bumper. Now, I chose not to do, if you see the truck on the right, the bumper goes up in the middle. I didn't want it that way, so I'm just going to go straight across my bumper with white. I'm going to do 2 coats, of course, and then something I didn't film was I did get red and put the tail lights on this truck as well. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to take my vinyl cut out, and this will be sized and ready to go for all my members. I will link that in the members group. So it says welcome fall. We're going to peel that off. Now I'm taking, these are the little pumpkins from Dollar Tree that have the wire on them. They were a little too bright for my liking, so I'm taking Pumpkin by Waverly, and I'm going to paint all 3 of them. I'm also going to grab some antique wax and kind of distress them down. I feel like it just gives it like a little bit more detail by adding this, but you do you. And then I blame it on my phone not recording, but I think it's sleep deprivation, you know, new baby. And I wasn't recording. So what I did was I took some lamb's ear, some eucalyptus stems, and then I took some other greenery from Dollar General, some greenery and leaves from the wreath that I found on the side of the road. And I am just going to start building this up. So I started with my bigger pieces of greenery first, which are going to be the lamb's ear. I laid those down. I put my pumpkins on. Now I will say, for me, I ended up having to put sunflowers in the middle of my pumpkins because the greenery just wasn't working for me. So I would either like bundle the pumpkins up next time, or no, I wouldn't do anything differently because the sunflowers they look great and they added my own touch to it. So I'm going to kind of speed this up. I just wanted you to see how I'm layering these on to give it a full look, but it's not bulky. So I'm using a lot of flat leaves and then putting in the little eucalyptus. And I don't know what see the ones with the little purple on there? Those are from Dollar General. They didn't say what they were, so I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. And then I don't think I got it on this clip, but I got the little paper sunflowers from Dollar Tree, and that's what I ended up gluing in the middle of our truck. And this is my version. I really love it. I love the addition of the little like white berry sticks. I love all of the texture in here. And then of course, you guys know I'm going to do a side by side for you. So the Kirkland's is on the left, and then mine is obviously on the right. The Kirkland's is of like a way bigger stature than mine, but the whole idea is that I took something that was from a store and I made it completely my own. So I hope you enjoyed it. This next one is going to be easy peasy Dollar Tree squeezy. I saw this and knew exactly what I wanted to use for it. Dollar Tree is currently selling these new, I guess, milk jug vases. They have them in black and they have them in white. And all of this greenery, the like foxtail and everything, they are from Dollar Tree as well. And these look amazing. Now, Dollar Tree does have ones that look very similar to the Kirkland's picture. However, for me, I did not think they looked very upscale, the Dollar Tree version of them. So I chose to use these instead. Now I'm going to stuff some paper towels up in here because the stems are so skinny. They kept just wanting to fall over to the side, and I didn't want to like stack it until it was full. So that's why I added the paper towel, just to give it something to, you know, bulk it up in there without having to add tons of floral. So after I add my florals, this is how it turned out. I think it's really cute. I think it's a great shelf sitter, a great addition. If you have, you know, like a really like modern neutral home or even an office, this would be a great smaller piece to add to your home decor. And then here is our side-by-side, Kirkland's on the left, mine on the right. And I have to say I kind of like mine better. I like the depth of the different colors in mine. Guys, this one again, way bigger Kirkland's version, but you guys need to hit up the thrift stores. You need to hit up the clearance sections. I got this for like 90% off at Walmart after Halloween, and it's been sitting in my stash for probably 2 years now. So I'm going to take all of the fillers out. I'm going to save that. Maybe we could do a live making like a Halloween wreath or something, because I definitely want to reuse all that. I'm going to pop the styrofoam out. Now, the bottom of this was absolutely disgusting where the styrofoam was. So I'm going to clean it up. Then I'm going to take some painter's tape. The Kirkland's Inspiration kept the top and the bottom black, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I'm gonna call these the legs of the lantern. On the Kirkland's was probably wood. I'm gonna take this hammered by Rust-Oleum and spray paint my lantern legs with that. And look at how beautiful that comes out. It's so pretty, and I apologize in advance for the angle of this DIY, but I promise I'll try to explain it as much as I can. So the bottom of this was disgusting and ugly still. So I took this, it's like what do you call it? Burlap, but it's cardstock. I don't know how to describe it, but it came in like little 6x6 sheets at Hobby Lobby. And this print matched perfectly. So I just cut the print out and then I Gorilla Glued it to the bottom of our lantern. I'm going to do a very basic bow here. I do have a real-time bow tutorial. I will leave that down in my description box for you. This one is just a single loop bow with some tails, and then I tied it off in the middle with some twine. Super easy. We're not putting anything in the middle of it. And then I'm going to take some Gorilla Glue, and then the Gorilla Glue is for the longevity. Our hot glue is for that immediate hold so that it sticks on there right away. If you've ever done metal and hot glue, usually they don't vibe together and it'll end up peeling off. So this is where it gets hard and I can't show you. I put an LED, you guys, it's not a real candle, in the middle, and then I'm going to place, these are florals from Dollar Tree. Now, I know the angle is horrid and you can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to explain it to you in the reveal video right now, and cut. Okay, you guys, so for the reveal, I just wanted to explain, since you couldn't really see me do it, but down here, all I did was overlap two. So I put two through this side, one through this side, one through that side, and then the same thing, one through that side, one through, I don't know what I did, you guys. Basically, I made sure two little strands of the flowers were coming out of each post of the lantern. And then I just put little bunches of the leaves that came on the stems down in the corners just to add a little bit of greenery. But I think this is going to be an absolutely beautiful piece for a table, like even a coffee table. This would look so gorgeous, or on a fireplace mantle. So here is our side-by-side, of course, Kirkland's on the left, mine on the right, and I think that they look really good. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending over 2 hours with me. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope it inspired you and gets you on that fall vibe path. I also wanted to thank June's Journey once again for sponsoring a portion of today's video, and make sure to check out their link down in the description box, and it will be pinned in comments. Bye, y'all.
Hey everyone. No, trying Farchmasicle. Did some Kirkland's. Stop trying to try so hard. Stop trying to try so hard. Okay. And drop me a comment down in the description box. No. I almost had it. Hey friends. Now, literally going on 5 minutes of me trying to film this. Hey everyone. Now, here we are again. Ooh, my highlighter is popping. Yesterday, the baby totally spit up on me and I did not know where the spit up was. Like I could see it on her, but I couldn't find it on me. Well, it was underneath my roll. Like literally the crease in my roll. I must have been like this when she did it and then went like that and it was hidden, but I found it, don't worry. There. All these window clings that I had all these marvelous ideas, you know, no, okay. All right. Cut. What do you guys think? Huh? I feel like my little image could be a little bigger, but fall vibes. Digging it. And digging the cheetah with this color. Yeah. I'm definitely a pumpkin spice lover for sure. Comment down below if you're pumpkin spice lover. My hair is so greasy because I haven't like probably showered in a week. Okay, maybe like 6 days. Just kidding. I mean, but am I? Okay. All right, now we gotta do the next video. Bye. Appreciate you guys coming over here and I will see you on Wednesday. What are you doing? You want to craft with Mama? Hey. Hank, what are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing, honey? You're like a bird. All right, let's get down. Hank, go get him. Okay. Wow, your hair's kind of crazy. I don't know. Okay. Hey. What was that? I don't know, but I'm keeping it. I'm not doing it over again. Ooh, this is. Smart and got a fly swatter at the table. If I was smart, I would actually get fly traps. Like, you know, sticky ones. Because I'm not at Dollar Tree every day. Okay, anyway. I feel like everything's pumpkins, but it is what it is. So weird. I don't like this. This is a wet seal metallic matte. Feels disgusting. And up close, looks disgusting. Yeah, good thing I'm far away here. Okay. Hello. No. Okay. Hi, how are you today? I hope you are having a good one. My name is Emma. Hi, how are you today? I don't like that. It seems, okay. Hey everyone, how's it going today? My name is Sammy and this is Unicorn Dust Designs. On this channel, we do DIYs, wood signs, upcycles. There's tons and tons of laughter because I am an absolute hot mess. Look, I already started messing. No. Okay, slow down. Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy and on this channel we do DIYs, wood signs, upcycles. I mean, we do a lot. And if you guys are, geez, okay, focus.